All right, thank you everybody for joining me today. This is Dalia Reyes with English Vibes. I have a very, very special guest um, coming to party with me today, and we're going to be interviewing him. He's an English singer that has a wonderful voice, a lot of talent, and his newest single has just blown me away. Um, so we're gonna be getting to know him, and his name is Adam Vanhoose. We have him on the line here, and soon he's gonna be joining us and answering some questions that we have for him today. So, Adam, welcome. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you fine.
Perfect. So, I hope everybody in your family and you're doing well. Thank you for joining us. I'm very excited to do this interview. You don't even know. I don't know if you're nervous, but I'm nervous.
I'm a little jittery.
No. Okay, well, let's get started with the first question. And I kind of like to dig into every artist's background, like just get a feel how their childhood was. So, could you tell the audience a little bit about how your childhood was?
Uh, Grew up in a great home, great mom, great dad, brothers. I have four brothers and two sisters.
Wow,
So
big
kind of
family.
kind of a wide family. I'm the only one that was able to sing. So
Well, sounds good.
um,
I bet you guys fight a lot, huh?
oh, it was hectic. I'm the youngest, so I always got like all the hand me downs. So I never really got anything like new growing up.
Uh,
I was
well, we're in
always
the
like,
same boat because I was the youngest too, but I was only the youngest of three.
oh no, see. Yeah, I got all the hand me downs from the oldest brother all the way down. So
Wow. Well, that's
it's all
alright. It
money.
it saved your family from any extra money spending, I guess. I don't
Oh
mind
yeah.
hand me downs.
Oh no, I kind of grew up kind of on the lower end of. I couldn't say poor, like lower end middle class though. Like
Mhm.
I never really had a lot. Never really had much to be honest. I was the guy that always showed up to school in like pants that were ripped from the shoe all the way up to the knee and shirts that were a little too big, but would wear them anyway because never really wanted to make my parents feel a certain type of way or anything. But
Yeah. Well, that's okay because you know what? That just teaches you humility. No matter if you have $1 in your pocket or you have millions, you're gonna still be the same person.
exactly.
All right. Well, that sounds good. Now, in your family in general, like did you have any people that were in the music or sang or played instruments? Like who inspired you to do music?
It was actually my mama.
Your
She
mom?
when she was 16 years old, she actually had a record contract offer,
Wow.
and my grandmother did not allow her to do it because she just always heard and stuff about child stars and falling apart and all this kind of stuff, so she didn't allow my mom to do it. But
Oh.
singing in church was like the first thing I ever did. My mom got me into it, and then I kind of fell in love with music, and then I stayed in like choir my whole life, all the way through like my school career, all the way through high school, and then just kind of took it in and fell in love with it, and did TV shows, and just moved on from there.
Wow, that's so exciting. I remember, I mean, I guess I didn't start since I was young, but I guess when I was in high school, I got into like music productions and did a little bit of singing, not too much, dancing, acting, things like that. But that brought me to my next question. Like, did you know from a certain age that you wanted to sing? So that kind
Um,
of, you knew right off the back, right from, you were inspired by your mom since little.
Yeah. Well, actually, like, I didn't even know I could sing, really. Like, until I was about 8 or 9, because my aunt, like, we were sitting in the car and we were listening to, I don't know if you know who he is. He's a gospel singer and, like, producer. His name's Kirk Franklin. We were listening to his song, and I was singing it, and my aunt was driving. Well, she, like, pulled over off to the side of the road and was like, oh, my God, sing that again, and, like, rewound it. You know, because back in the day, you could rewind the thing.
Yeah, I remember those days.
Rewound it and, like, made me sing it again. And she was like, oh, my gosh. So then she, like, calls my mom, and she's like, do you know that your son can, like, really sing? Like, really sing. And then she's like, do it again. So I sing it for my mom. And then she calls my aunt and does the same thing. And she's like, yeah, he's good. And then it just kind of like, I wouldn't say gave me a big head, but it really like sparked a fire in me. Like, man, I can really do this.
Yeah.
So then I've like really mastered my craft and worked on it a lot. And like when I was in choir and all that kind of stuff, I really paid attention and like really was trying to grasp everything and really do music. Like it wasn't just like another like easy A class for like most people. Like I really grasped it and like took as much in as I could from my teachers and just kind of went with it.
That's great. Now, do you write your own music? And if you do, what was the first song that you wrote?
I do. I write all of my own songs. I've never had a song written for me yet. I have a song that is written for me that I haven't done yet. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. It's a huge opportunity for me. I can't spill the beans on it yet. But every song that I've ever released is all completely written by me. I don't have any co-writers or anything like that. I do have friends that are also in the music industry, and I kind of go over the songs with them and ask them how they think it sounds and stuff like that, or if there's anything I could fix and stuff, but usually it's pretty good. So, yeah, I mean, every song that I've ever done all by myself, and then the very first song I ever wrote was for my wife. We were getting married, and I wrote her a song called Your Eyes, and it was literally a song about the day we met to the time that we were then, and all the way fast forward into our future. So it was 3 verses of how our life was going to be. So it was a very, very emotional, good, loving, touching song, and I sang it to her on our wedding day. So it was really nice.
Aww. It's so crazy because I give you a quick info about myself. Now my husband and I do the radio station, but he also is a singer. He does Spanish music, but one of the songs that he wrote was dedicated to me, and on our wedding day it turned into our wedding day / music video for that song. So I'm not trying to like, but if anybody ever wants to listen to it, that's a whole nother story. We'll have to, I usually put it a lot on Facebook. It's done pretty good. I wish it could have done more. It didn't get the love that it get. It's about 2,000 views. Not bad.
That's good. I never recorded and released our song that I wrote. I was kind of, I don't know. I just don't really feel like it's it's not one of the songs that everybody can relate to, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I never really recorded it or released it. I kind of just kept it as a personal kind of song with her.
Well, like for our situation, it wasn't even planned like to do that video and wedding at the same time. But it's like, when you don't have it that great, you don't get the millions or even thousands to be doing both. And it just so happened that we had been promoting it and we needed to try to find somebody to do the music video. So I was like, perfect, why don't we just combine the two? We'll just do a music video because I didn't have nobody to record our wedding. So I was like, it was a 2-in-1 deal.
Yeah, I think that's pretty awesome.
So, I actually want to go ahead and talk about the featuring that you did with Yellow Pain.
Hmm.
And, like, how was your experience about doing that featuring with him, and how did it all come about? Because I should say, before I started talking with you, I do remember seeing that video. I think sometime last year. It's been about a little over a year that it came out, something like that.
Hmm.
And I remembered that I had seen that, and I fell in love with the message that you two were sending, and it just hit me. It hit me the other day, like, oh my goodness, like this is the same person. When I was, yeah, I like to do my research, especially if I'm gonna interview you. So I had to look up some details and stuff, and I was like, wow, I was very impressed, even more so.
Well, thank
So
you.
I'll let you talk about that experience.
Well, me and Yellow Pain have actually been very close friends for a while. We've actually known each other for, I don't know, probably a little over 6 years or 7 years.
Okay.
We used to go to the same studio when we were both absolutely nobodies and just trying to make a name and trying to do something. And we went to the same studio, hung out with the same people, always just helping push each other, keep each other grinding and stuff. And then one day he called me and was like, "Hey man, look, I got this song and I really need you to be on it." And I was like, I'm there, man. You're my best friend, man. Let's do this. And
Wow.
ended up getting to the studio and he rapped what he had and he was like, "I just need you to write a fire hook." I was like, "I can do that." So we sat there, me, him, and my wife were actually there.
Mhm.
So we all sat there and like just boggled our minds a little bit, and we kind of just finally finished up the hook. I jumped in the booth, we finished the song, and the reason why we did the song was because, I don't know if you know or not, but Dayton, Ohio is where I live, and it's the #1 city out of all of the United States for the most opioid overdoses.
Oh wow.
So we have more overdoses in just our city than like most places do in their like states. Like it's really that bad. Like it's a daily thing.
That's crazy.
Like when we released that song, we had like, I think there's like 600 and something total overdoses that day.
Wow. That's really bad. That's a very severe situation.
Right. So we made the song for Dayton is why we made the song. We
Yeah.
weren't expecting it to be as viral as it went, like at all. Like me and him were both mind boggled, like about the whole thing. Like I just kept watching the numbers grow and grow and grow, and he kept calling me, texting me like, "Dude, have you seen the video today?" I'm like, "No, how that look?" And it'd
Now
be at like
I don't know.
500,000.
I don't know if you've seen the numbers recently, but I know that when I went on, I just want to point out real quick that there was at least 2 videos of the same song that I seen, and one of them was already at 831,000 views, and the second one had 502,000 views. That is amazing. Like I couldn't believe it. Like I mean, I could believe it because that's how good the message was. That's how good the song was. So
Right.
yeah,
And
I
then
was like,
we actually had released it through Facebook originally. Like we didn't even put it on YouTube at first. And when we released it through Facebook, the last time I checked through our Facebook, it was almost at 20 million views just through Facebook.
wow,
Yeah, so
20
that song went like
million.
super viral, and I was very, very proud of it. Yellow was very, very proud of it. We actually talked like a few months after that about doing another song, but we just never really got able to link back up yet. So hopefully very soon, me and him can put out another good song with a good meaning, good message. That's why he does this. He likes to put out good, meaningful messages, and I'm kind of right there with him. I like to have
Definitely.
meaning behind my music. I don't like to just talk about the same things everybody else is talking about.
And that's
So,
kind of like what we look for in our radio station. Like we'll play all kinds of music where, as long as it's clean commercial music, um, but we love music that has a purpose too, whether it's romantic or it's sending a message, raising awareness, all of that. Um, and we're gonna play this song. The song we should mention that is called "Do You Really Want to Die?" And hopefully soon you'll be able to link back up and we can be airing a new song between you two. So, unless there's anything else that you want to say about this song, is it alright? We can go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and play the song.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um, so I just wanna let everybody know, anybody that's listening, it is an explicit song. It's a deep song that's sending a message, and so we're gonna go ahead and listen to it. Just beware any children nearby. Okay, so just stay on the line, and we're gonna go ahead and listen to Yellow Pain featuring Adam Vanhoose.
I can't handle all this pain. Only time I feel okay is when this shit goes through my veins.
Before you take that, think about the consequences. No, you probably don't think it mattered cause your mom addicted, right? But look at how your mama living.
Well, how am I supposed to fix the pain?
You ain't gotta fix it. My brother used to pick my clothes out and motivate me. That was my best friend, shit, my only maybe. He used to tell me that no matter what, he had my back. If I needed something, he did it for me, and that was that. He in prison now, 10 years for molestation of my favorite little cousin. Now that's fucking crazy. And honestly, I wanna hate him, but if this story could save a life, then I'd be grateful. Cause I lost somebody I love and can't love him no more. I think I cried 3 months straight, man. What was he on?
I know you probably got over it and didn't do drugs, but my situation is different. I'm really fucked up.
Forget the story, man. My point is I didn't give up. I know this might sound corny, but fix it with love.
But I tried loving everybody and didn't get none.
So your solution is sticking this shit in your blood. I got a question and answer it really.
What's up?
After you take that, how long till the feeling is done?
I don't know, like 20 minutes?
Right, then what? Let's get this over with right now. Let me empty this gun.
Please don't
Shut up.
I don't want to die, man. Please.
Yeah, see, this what I want. You don't really want to die, you just tired of pain. That's literally the thing I've been trying to say. You got a little piece of hope and it's inside of you. You just really want to be okay and you've been trying to. I know once you get addicted, quitting feel impossible, but nothing is impossible. It ain't time to die for you. I don't want you overdosing in and out of hospitals. I don't want you dying, you know what it's time to do. Gotta give it up, gotta give it up. Gotta give it up, gotta give it up.
I can't handle all this pain. Only time I feel okay is when this shit goes through my veins. I can't handle this in my brain. I keep fighting, fighting, fighting. I can beat this shit one day. I can't handle this in my brain. Yeah, I know if I keep fighting, I can beat this shit one day.
All right, that was deep. That, man, I was singing it here too. I don't know if you heard me, but um. So, is there anything that you would like to say about the song? Like, I know you gave a little history of why you guys decided to make it. Just kind of send a message, talk to the people maybe that's going through that in other areas.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, I have a lot of friends that I went to school with that have passed away because nobody was there to tell them that they have help, you know? There's different places, there's different things you can do. a lot of people reached out to me once the song dropped. I was there to help a lot of people, like on a personal level, like getting to know them, like giving them places, numbers, just ways to get out of it, man. There's no reason. If you want help, if you need help, don't be scared to ask. There's so many different ways to get help, and people that love you, that really do want you to just have a better life in general. Don't ever feel alone. You're not alone. There's tons of people going through the same thing that you're going through. So no matter what it is, and if you really want to change, just get out there and do it.
Exactly. I couldn't have said it better myself, but I commend you both for doing that song and sending out that message. There are hard situations, and I know that once they get into that habit, it's hard to break. But like you said, there are people that are going through the same situation, and there are those people that are there to help you get out of it. And life is precious, and we should always do everything we can to take care of ourselves, because I'm sure, just like the message said, we don't really want to die. We just want the pain to go away, depending on whatever we're going through.
Exactly.
So, okay, we're going to move on to our next topic, and it's one that I have been waiting for a long time to ask you, and is your whole experience with X Factor. So I should give a little background real quick. It was back in 2013. It's about 7 years ago. So, like, how was your experience, and how do you feel that it helped your career in the music?
Being on X Factor was nerve-wracking, super tiring.
I bet.
Don't get to see the behind-the-scenes stuff. Everybody gets to see all you get on stage and sing, and then that's it. And it ain't all that.
All the cuts. But I don't see you waiting all that time there. Like, did you have to camp out or wait in lines, things like that?
Well, I had to do 3 individual auditions before I got my actual audition.
Oh my goodness.
So I drove all the way down to Charleston, South Carolina, and I get there, I do my first audition, and when you do your first audition, you're actually auditioning for producers and directors and like other ARs and stuff for other labels and stuff. So I walk in and I introduce myself with the lady that's a producer on the show and an AR from another label guy that's sitting in there, and I sing, and the guy's like, "Wow, man, you're really good," and the girl's like, I'm on the fence. I don't really know." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna make it." She's gonna say no. She's like, "Another song," so I sing another song for her. And the guy looks at me, he's like, "Look, I don't know what she's thinking, but it's a definite yes for me. But in order to get past this, you have to get 2 yeses. Like, you can't get 1 no. You're out. You get 1 no."
Oh, wow.
So she's like, like I said before, I'm really on the fence. I like your tone, but, you're just kind of young and da-da-da, all this stuff. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I'm like 20. So
that's not young.
She ended up giving me a yes. And then the next day I had to go back again. I did my second audition and I got yeses again. And then I had to go home for like a month and a half, 2 months before I got my actual audition in front of Simon Cowell, Kelly Rowland, Demi Lovato, and Paulina Rubio.
Wow, I would have died if I was in front of all of them. That's nerve-wracking.
It was, listen, you don't even understand. There's 10,000 people in the stands, and the only people I was worried about were the 4 people sitting in front of me. So, I was like, my heart was racing. I was kind of sweating. And
especially, how Simon is. He's like, he has no mercy.
They asked me, they're like, "Who's the one person like, whatever they say, it's going to really stick with you?" I was like, "Simon Cowell." Like, the guy's literally been doing this for years and years and years. He's heard thousands upon thousands of people. He's the one person I really want to hear what he says, So, before I say anything, I got 4 yeses across the board. I got all yeses. I made it to LA. I went to LA, and I made it to the top 40 boys, and that's when I had gotten cut. The only thing that kind of stunk was that once I made it to LA, I never really got to sing again. They were basing all of my performances off of my first audition.
Oh.
Yeah, so I was kind of upset about that, but they allowed like a few different people. It wasn't like they allowed everybody to sing again. They only allowed a very select few people to sing again, and it was people that I think they were trying to put into groups.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not really mad, but at the same time, it was like kind of upsetting because I would much rather have sing again, especially, you know, working off the nerves a little bit and being able to showcase what I really have. Because my audition song was a good song, but it wasn't like a great song.
Yeah.
So had I known they were going to base everything off that, I would have picked a song that really had a lot more to it, you know?
Yeah, like you would have changed it up and gave them
Right.
a little more.
Gave them a little bit more of my range and my ability. So I didn't really get to move on after. I made the top 40 boys. I was very, very happy with what I did. You know, I was kind of hurt at the time, and when you go into the interviews and stuff, and they ask you, well, how do you feel right now? And you're just like, well, obviously I don't feel good. So,
I feel like, I don't know, I feel like that's one of the dumbest questions at that point. Like, what do you think?
right. Like, they make you stand on the stage. Like, it's so long.
Yeah.
And they literally say all these different things. They make you stand there for forever in a freaking hot spotlight. Like, it's so bad. Like, they'll lean in and they'll say, and the next boy to make it is, and then wait for like 45 seconds, not joking.
Yes.
And then they'll lean in and say it again.
It's the
and
suspense.
then you'll stand there and you're like, okay, can you just say who made it, please? That's how they get all the reactions and everything out of people, because you're like standing there like, oh my gosh, will you just say who made it? So it was really awesome. It was really fun. I got to meet some people that I got to meet one person who is actually now a huge success star. So that was nice. Yeah, I mean, I've met really, really nice people. The experience itself was amazing. Getting the responses I got from Simon and Paulina and Kelly Rowland and Demi Lovato were all nice.
Yeah.
Simon told me that I was his favorite audition of the night, and that was like the highlight of it all for me. So
Yeah. I mean, that's how you got to look at it, because the overall situation is just an amazing experience. Because imagine, not only you get to have the experience of going there, meeting the stars and being in front of the judges, meeting other people that are trying to make it and have the same dreams and goals as you do, and
Right.
just that's great exposure too, you know, just being viewed by all those people. So I mean, that kind of goes along with the part two. Like, did you feel like it helped your career, that it gave you that exposure?
Definitely. I didn't get a lot of exposure from the show itself, but because I was on the show, I was able to gather more fans through my own, like, social medias and different stuff like that, because posting pictures and showing all this stuff, and with the hashtags that they use stuff, then, like, it goes into an algorithm. I don't know how to explain it. It's more than I need to explain. But, so, like, the hashtags that they make you use are used for just the people that are on the show.
Uh-huh.
So it makes it more public. It like gets more people to view stuff. So it was definitely promoting my social medias and music and stuff that I'd already had done then. So it definitely helped me out.
Right. And that's what happens when I say exposure. Is like you were in front of so many people, and then you have social media to go ahead and relate everything that you went through, like your experience. So you gain fans based on even that part of experience that you went through.
Exactly. And I think the highlight of actually everything, besides Simon saying what he said to me the first time, is once I got kicked off the show and I was walking down the stage, Simon Cowell got up out of his chair and came to me and said, "Hey, I really need you to come back next year." But they never had a next season. They ended up canceling the show after that, unfortunately. So I was unable to come back.
Wow.
But it was such a great experience. I wouldn't, like, just being in LA, I'd never been in LA in my life. And the hotel that they had us staying in was, like, something I have never seen before. Like, Dayton, Ohio, you do not see stuff like this, okay? It was amazing. It was absolutely an experience that I'll never be able to do.
Did they ever come back with the show?
I'm sorry?
I don't think they ever brought it back, did they? Do they have a...
No. The third season was the final season. I guess it was something about the money or something. I don't know. It's a lot different than the other shows. They give you like a $5 million recording contract and all this kind of different stuff. And I think financially wise, they were unable to keep it going or something.
I think that's when Simon went on to do something else. I think he was gonna do the one in England that he does or something like that. I forget.
Yeah, he went back to the X Factor in another country, and then he ended up coming back now and doing the America's Got Talent. That's it.
Yes. Well, maybe there'll be an opportunity soon to do, like, maybe The Voice or something. I know soon, I read somewhere, I think it was in Facebook, they're going to be doing, like, online auditions.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I've seen something about that, but
maybe that's something to look into.
I was on American Idol for the new season that they're doing on season 2, and I actually was told I was ineligible to compete in the competition for some reason. I have no idea why.
Oh.
But I made it to Hollywood. I sang in front of Katy Perry, Luke Bryan, and Lionel Richie, and I got 3 yeses, and I brought, like, my whole family was with me. Ryan Seacrest, when he's on the morning show with Kelly and Ryan,
Yes.
he took a picture up of all my family and everybody and was talking about my family, and he didn't release what my name was or anything, but he told pretty much all of America that I had made it to Hollywood.
Oh.
So
Wow.
it was really cool. That was an awesome experience too, meeting all 3 of them, being able to introduce my children who look up to, like, Katy Perry and Luke Bryan and stuff like that. They were all able to see them and meet them, and it was a good experience. Had all of my friends and family with me. I literally had like 25 people. It was an amazing, amazing time.
Wow. See?
Yeah, that was great.
That sounds like you had a good time there too.
Oh
Really
yeah, we met at the Muhammad Ali Center. It was amazing.
Okay, let's move on to the single. Now, this is one that I'm super in love with. I love this song. It's going to be playing every Saturday on my show. That's automatic. Everybody loves it. Everybody asks for it. So it's just on my playlist. Doesn't matter what I'm playing apart from it. If I have some kind of special show, it's gonna be on. But this one is called Heartbreak Lullaby. Now, I happened to see you on live one day, and you were talking about how it originally wasn't supposed to sound like that, and it started a different way. Tell me about that.
All right, so when I was actually sitting writing it, I wanted it to be more of a poppy style. Like, I didn't want it to be emotionally, like, how do I say it? Like, the grunginess and all the stuff that I did with the song, none of that was like the original song. The second verse was completely different originally. Like, just a whole bunch of stuff about the song dynamics-wise was just completely different. And then as I was recording it, I was like, man, I need more. I need something. So then I started really putting in, like, the grunginess. And then on the second verse, instead of the original way I had performed it, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to wing it. And he was like, okay. And I said, just press record. So he recorded, and I changed the whole dynamics of the song up and switched it. And it it was an amazing song to record, honestly. It means a lot, too, because I went through some, rough patches in my life, and it was really, that's why I wrote that song, was to, release all of that, so.
Mm-hmm. And that's usually sometimes what happens, is just, you're in the moment, you kind of start out one way, and then, it's just like a force that whatever you're going through, whatever you're feeling, anything could affect the outcome, and that's pretty much what it sounds like it happened. You just took all those feelings and just created this wonderful masterpiece. Because I gotta say, it's a masterpiece. I love it, and I know everybody's gonna love it. It needs so much more attention than that it's getting. And actually, we're going to be listening to it soon. But there was something, if I go backtrack a little bit, about the other song that you made with Yellow Pain. And when I had looked it up the other day on YouTube, and I shared it onto my page, and one of my coworkers shared it, and she put, she was like in shock. She just put, what a deep message. So you can see that, like, when you post stuff and repost, like, people are watching, people are seeing, what you're posting, and they're listening, and they're, I'm seeing the feedback from your music in general. So, we're going to take a break again, and we're going to go ahead and listen to Heartbreak Lullaby. I think we premiered about a couple weeks back, and we're going to play it again right now. So just hang in there, and we're going to listen to Heartbreak Lullaby by Adam Vanhoose.
Heart is shattered and broken again from the words that you said. Just saying sorry again won't stop them from repeating in my head. Thought I could walk away from the hurt and the pain and all your lies, but you know me and I've never been good at goodbyes. So why'd you say you love me when you didn't mean the words? Get rid of all your memories, all they do is hurt. I can never move on with my life. You're the one I dream about at night. Wish I could rewind time and still have you by my side. I know that you're moving on, but I wish you realize no other man would do the things I do just to keep you by my side. I put my life to an end just to give you one more last breath. I'd give you all of me, the heart beat inside my chest, yeah. So why'd you say you love me when you didn't mean the words? Get rid of
me singing, right? I know you had to hear me. I love that song so much. I have to say that when I sent that song to the promoter that we're working with, and I should say a quick shout out to Cynthia Burgos. She's from Gata Fieras Promotions. You know what's the first thing that she did? She put it as her ringtone. That's how much she loved it. Yeah. She's actually she's online. She's listening through Spreaker.com, and she's saying hi to to me and to you and to everybody this there. We have quite a few other people I just wanna mention and say hi to, because they're all here giving their support. We have, like I said, we have Cynthia and Ahmed Ebacano. He's a Spanish singer from Cuba. Eddie Flex, he's from Puerto Rico. Fefita, hello everybody. Let's see who else. And then of course my husband is here. DJ Frank. Nelson is DJ Poteleche. Let me see. So we have quite a few. Leo, El Incansable. And okay, I think that's everybody in the chat. I know it's sometimes hard for people to go into Spreaker.com and like actually comment. But we usually have a good turnout. We always have like our faithfuls, our new ones. We're always having a party in the chat. We're always like, we're like a little family, and we're like messing with each other. So it's kind of nice. But they're all welcome you. You are part of the Rising Star Family Radio family. Oh, there's another one, yeah. Emmanuel Antonio, that's W La Letra. He's a singer from New York. Okay, so like I said, I commend you again for that song. You really did a great job. And I hope that goes viral like triple times the other one did.
That'd be very nice. That'd be amazing.
Listen, if it's in my hands, I'm going to make it happen. They're going to be hearing Dalia Reyes talk about that song in every show, TV, radio. Let's see. Okay. Now, I know you mentioned your wife and kids, so that kind of answers my next question about your family life. I've seen your videos. You have like the most blessed family ever. Your daughters are cute. Tell me about your family.
Oh my goodness, my family is so outgoing and fun. We try to do all the stuff all the time, like going on just little things like family walks, going and having ice cream together, going to see a movie. I try to be the best dad, literally. Like when I was a kid, I used to think, man, there's so many things that my mom and dad don't do with me that I wish my mom and dad would do with me. And like now that I'm a dad, and like those are all the things that I do like constantly with my kids, you know. Mm-hmm. Or with it being just a walk around the block, or taking them to go eat ice cream and just having a conversation, or going to see a movie that I don't want to see but they would love to see. You know, just little things. You know,
exactly. The little things.
Grow up and understand that, you know, just because it's not important to me, it's important to them. So I want them to know, like, I care what is important to them. You know?
Yeah, and you grew up in a big family, so it's kind of nice. You have that mindset, that family oriented. You know, that even though it wasn't perfect, but it was like a nice, united family where you could count on each other, and now whatever things that you didn't get to do growing up, you can now do that with your own family.
Exactly. And it's so hard hard to be away from them too. Like when I was on X Factor and I was all the way out in LA and they're all the way back in Ohio, which is like all the way across freaking different countries. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. So I would call them constantly and like tell them how much I love them and like blow kisses to them. You know, it's hard, you know.
See, I can't. Like with my husband, when it comes to trips, like when it has to do with the music business, I'm like, I wish I could go. I really do. It's not that I don't want to go, but it's like I can't. Like, who's gonna stay with the kids? And what about my regular daytime job and this and that and the other? And one day I wish. I don't get me wrong. I love my job because my regular job is being a teacher. I went to college for it. That's my, regular career, my first career choice. It kind of turned in. When I met my husband, I got more and more into the music, which I originally loved too. I had two loves. But with leaving my kids behind, even with anybody, it's like, as a mom, I'm like, I can't do it.
I get that completely.
I'm like, you're gonna have to go on your own.
Right.
Maybe one day we can all just go all together if we can, money wise. But otherwise, I'm the one that has to stay behind.
Yeah, I get it completely. I 110% understand.
So, based on your experience with other artists that you've met along the way in your different situations in the music business and your different opportunities, and based on maybe some feedback that they have given you, I'm sure they've had their tough times. Like, what advice would you give to artists that maybe are struggling or just kind of, maybe their light has kind of dimmed or they might be thinking of giving up, throwing the towel in? What advice would you give to them?
Well, coming from a person who has thought about giving up a million times.
Sounds like my husband.
It is so hard and it is stressful and it can beat you up so bad sometimes. But if it's something you really, really, really love and enjoy it, don't lose that mindset that you love it. It should never become a mindset of this is all you have or all like you're only doing this for fame, or it should never. Once you stop having fun with it, you should quit. That is just the God honest truth, because music is supposed to be fun, enjoying, and if you lose that passion of just loving something, then you've lost it. You've lost your passion. You've lost your drive. You've lost it all. That's when you quit. And by no means am I telling anybody to quit. I'm saying keep going, keep pushing. Like, don't lose who you are because of what you're searching for out of it. It's not about what you're getting out of it. It's about what you're doing because you love it. Like, I don't make music because I want to do certain things with music. I make music because I love music. I've literally dedicated all of my time and my passion into something, and it's something that I love to do,
And I think sometimes artists lose the focus. Like they get so obsessed with hitting it big and making millions or being famous or this and that, when all they really need to do is just take all their passion and love and put it into what they're trying to accomplish, and just let it run its course, because it's gonna happen. If it's meant for you, it's gonna happen.
Exactly. And a lot of people lose sight when I released my very first song, my very first actual release song was Plans for You. And when I released it, I was like, man, if this even gets 20 views, I'll be happy. If this gets 100 views, I'll be happy, because it wasn't about money. It wasn't about getting famous from the song. It was about putting something out and taking that next step forward, because that's what I love to do. It was the next step. was to release a song and see how well it does. And see
Just
if it's worth
putting it out there and
myself.
knowing, having that gratification that somebody viewed it and somebody enjoyed it.
Right, exactly. And like the messages and even just like random people that would message me and be like, "Hey man, this song's awesome," was like a boom, man. That's a big boost because you don't know who that person is. They didn't have to take any time out of the day to tell me they liked my song. You know, they could have went happily on with their life and never spoke to me and was like, "Hey, it was a good song, whatever." Though, you know. But I can't even name how many people have messaged me about, you know, the song with Yellow Pain or, you know, my other music that I've had on Spotify, you know, and all that other stuff. And just people that genuinely love my music and they take their time to listen to it. And, you know, they take their time to message me about it. Like, hey, man, this song was amazing. Like when you contacted me and was like, hey, look, I love your song. You didn't have to do that. You know?
Exactly.
And it was an amazing feeling for me that somebody messaged me and was like, hey man, I love your music, you know, and it really boosts a lot, like a lot.
Yeah.
Like I'm already a struggling person with, you know, like little things like, man, it's not doing anything, you know, but then I remember it's like, you're doing this for the love of music, you know, you're not doing this to be the next, you know, Justin Bieber, the next Justin Timberlake, or, you know, the next big thing. Like, that's not the goal. The goal is to just do it because I love it. Spending time with friends and other musicians and doing things and just writing music and having a good time. That's what it's all about, you know?
And then you come out with Heartbreak Lullaby, and look at that.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely. No, I gotta mention that at one point, you know, in the past years when I first met my husband, he was the same way. Like, he was so obsessed with numbers and things like that. And now that we've been doing the radio station, we've been doing it going on 4 years now. And it's like he's so excited when he sees, like, we hit Alaska and we hit India. It could be one or two people. And he's and I'm the same way, because I used to obsess too a little bit about numbers. Like, it kind of gets you down. It's like, wait, what's going on here? People don't like us, but it's not about that. It's about doing what you love. And my mindset and my husband's mindset when we first started the show was helping new artists, because we know the struggle. We knew when I became his manager, I learned myself firsthand how much and how difficult it is to break out and to be heard. And it's usually all about money. You know, if you don't have the money, you can't be heard. And most stations, they don't want to play new artists. They want everybody that's already made it, that can pull. You know, if you can pull an audience and make them money, that's who they want.
Exactly.
Or even local clubs, they don't want to give anybody that's local a chance either. So it's kind of difficult. So it gets you down. So we decided, we're gonna find a way to get these artists heard, and we're gonna create a show. We started on Facebook Live. And that's how slowly got started. And I named it because I truly believe in every artist that has talent, that has the passion to do what they're doing. I feel like everybody should be heard, or at least given the opportunity. And we're all stars and we're all rising. So that's why we're Rising Stars Live. And Adam, I want you to know that you have a family here with Rising Star Live Radio. Like I said, we're gonna keep playing your music for years and years to come, till you say, I don't got no more song in me, or whatever the case is. But I also want you to know that we work with other companies that are in union with us. And Hand to Hand is Gata Fiera Promotions, the one that I said hi to, Cynthia. She's there. she doesn't just work with Spanish artists. She has the connections too to work with English artists. So that's something to think about. Also, our supporters, we have Rosie La Jefa. She's the boss lady. She has her own radio station, also Power Trip Radio. And she does host the show Santi La Base Secreta. He has a well-known web page online, and we have a group of DJs that range from all kinds of and what's the word? Countries. I went blank. I'm thinking cities and states. No, countries, different countries that support us. I've passed them your music, and so you are gonna be listening to all everywhere, like every country that's listening to Rising Star Live Radio, Adam Vanhoose will be listening to. And that ranges from Argentina, Colombia, Spain, India. I mean we have the list here. My husband is telling me I have the paper here. Right about. Look, Venezuela, Colombia, Spain, Brazil, Ecuador, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Argentina, France, Peru, Uruguay, Mexico, Cuba, Honduras, Nicaragua, Chile, Germany, Morocco, Italy, Belgium, United Kingdom, Guatemala, Paraguay, and Canada. So all these places, and of course United States. That was the first one on the list. I don't know how I missed it, but and we hope to keep expanding more and more. There's plenty more places that we have for us to keep expanding, and there you will be. Everybody's gonna be knowing that the Heartbreak Lullaby. They're gonna be singing it to their whoever. So
I appreciate it very much.
Definitely. You know, you're part of the family already. And I don't know if you guys noticed or got to hear. Was it the last show? I think it was my last show last Saturday. It was the weekend that you were celebrating your wife's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
I did give a shout out to her and I said happy birthday on air. So just make sure you tell her that, and then, happy birthday again. So this comes to a close to our interview. I just want you to let everybody know where they could find you and what social media, digital platforms you let them know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Social medias are Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Those are the only ones I really mess with. All of my music is on pretty much any platform. It's available everywhere: Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Google Play. I mean, like everything. Literally, like everything. You can get my songs on your Instagram story if you want to. So, music's available everywhere. New songs coming very, very, very soon. Actually working on an EP, so that'll be coming pretty soon. Just opportunity. Big shout out for like Safe House Studios working with me, and Cam Michael, my mixing and mastering, and just one of my bestest friends. He's also a rapper. He's helped me out so much through all of this and helping me get more, solidified as an actual artist and everything. So big shout out to Cam Michael, and shout out to Safe House Studios for them, helping me out and producing. And yeah, it's just been an amazing ride so far, and hopefully much, much more to come. And
definitely, hopefully I'll get first shot at airing it.
Yeah, for sure.
And if you know, like you said, if you have friends that are artists, send them my way. I'm more than happy to, play their music on here, and just remind them it has to be clean commercial music.
Right, absolutely.
And so that comes to an end. I want to really thank you for joining me. I'm glad that you came through and did the interview. I'm so excited. I feel like we had a great time, a great chat. I feel like we know each other for like years.
I have to agree. It does feel like that.
So
I
just...
appreciate you having me on here. It's amazing
Oh, thank you. Yeah, definitely. And it won't be the first time, because there will be a second interview in the future. Once we get that new music released, then we'll definitely have Adam back.
I really appreciate that a lot. Thank you.
All right, so we're gonna head and go. Say bye to everybody. I want to thank everybody for joining me as Rising Star Live Radio English Fives with Dalia Reyes. And I hope everybody has a safe and blessed night. And don't go anywhere, because soon DJ Pote Leche will be on with his mixes. All right, Adam, if you want to say goodbye, and see you next time.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful time. Thank you all for listening in. I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you so much.
Okay, Adam, just hang on the line for a second, and we're gonna go offline.